Good evening, it's Diamond Perry, and you are listening to my new podcast show, Inspire and Lead. I did release the first episode this morning, and I'm very, very pleased by the response that I've gotten. This podcast is definitely not new, as I said before. It is a 2-year-old podcast, but there are a few different shows that have been produced over the past couple of years, and today was the first release and the first production for the show, Inspire and Lead. And I am very proud of this show. Obviously, it speaks for itself. Inspiration and leadership is what this show stands for, and it's definitely a positive platform. Anything that's positive, I'm definitely for that. So I'm proud of all my shows, but I'm definitely proud of this show and to see its growth and where it goes as well. Don't forget about the Diamond Perry show that I created in 2011 for those of you that started out with me here in Atlanta, Georgia. The Diamond Perry show ran for a while on the internet, as well as based out of 3 radio stations, one being a mainstream radio station in Atlanta. So right now, as we speak, I am working towards a major goal of getting the Diamond Perry show on a major TV network, as well as another show that I start the production for this September, and we'll be showing the airing will be between September and October in Atlanta, Georgia, on at least 2 Atlanta networks. So shout out to me, those shows, the network owners, and everything. As well, just want to say right now, for anyone that's been supporting my music, I did release a single January the 28th. February the 14th, Valentine's Day, that single did go worldwide, and that single is Diamonds. That is another project that I'm very, very proud of. That is the main platform of my career, is definitely my music. I would like to give all shout outs to Status Network in Atlanta, Georgia, owner and founder, of course, creator Jack Trey. I just would like to give all my praises to him. He is a young black entrepreneur. So proud of this man. His brand stands for nothing but positive form, but he has so much going for himself right now, so much growth, and a lot of people in the industry, are presented with a lot of opportunities because of Jack Trey, as well as myself. My music is featured on 2 of his radio stations. His radio network and his TV network are under the network of Status Network, located in Atlanta, Georgia. So shout out to Status Network, Street Power Radio. He has several TV shows and channels under Status Network that are streamed through Roku and Fire Stick, and of course on any cable network and everything. So shout out to Status Network, and I appreciate you for streaming my music, and as well anyone that hasn't listened to Status Network. There's just a lot of stuff going on, so just go to Google Play and definitely download the Status Network app, and then you are able to see the TV shows and the channels that are available, as well as the radio stations, venues. He has all sorts of huge events that are worldwide. People come from in different states all over to participate in what he has going on. So his following is phenomenal, and definitely one of his, I want to say, his largest supporters, but I'm definitely one of his brand supporters as well. I support anything that he does and that he has going on. So shout out to Jack Trey, shout out to Status Network Radio, shout out to Status Network TV as well. For any of you that are clicking on the link below to listen to this show, I would just like to say thank you, but as well let you know the different platforms that this show is available on, which are Spreaker.com, and that's Spreaker. It sounds like speaker, but it's Spreaker for those of you that are not very familiar with Spreaker.com. I was notified today that Now, this show is available on other platforms, which I'm very, very proud. And those platforms are Spotify, there's Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts. I have been able to listen to the show on Spotify network this evening, and I think as of tomorrow it will be available on Apple Podcasts and iHeartRadio. I was able as well to listen to and pull up the various shows that I have under this podcast on Google Podcasts as well. So I know that that's available, but the other platforms are coming. The platforms that I promote on are all social media platforms, IGTV, any social media, my Facebook. Of course, I have several groups on my Facebook, too many to name. So if you see Diamond Perry, and that's Perri, then 9 times out of 10, that's me. And if you check into any of my groups, I promote my shows as well as my music on those groups. So, if you're not following me on Facebook, or you're not following me on Twitter or IG or whatever, go ahead and tap in, follow me. I will definitely follow you back. As well, I would like to take time during every show, whether I record a show in the evening or I record a show during the morning. I like to give thanks to God, just in case this is your first time listening for the day or your first time listening to the show, period. The higher power is the one that makes everything possible, no matter what. So anything that you're going through right now or anything that you have gone through, if you've prayed, if you've asked God to lead you in whatever direction or to handle your situation, please know that He is handling that situation, but just give it over to Him. Don't carry that extra weight on your shoulders, worrying, is God going to bless you? Is He going to handle it? Because when it boils down to it and we try to carry that weight and we try to figure out things on our own, we try to handle those situations on our own, it makes things thus much stressful, thus much harder. Just let it go. Just give it over to God. And it's definitely normal to stress. It's definitely normal to worry. We wouldn't be human if we didn't do that. But try not to stress yourself over the average. Try not to lean on negative decisions or negative situations when you have different things going on that you feel like that you can't handle. Just pray on it and just give it over to God. He will definitely take care of it. I spoke a little bit on my last show about dieting. Not so much dieting, but basically exercising and working out. I touched a little bit upon it. And if anyone has any ideas like health tips or workout tips or anything, or something that that you do that works for you, as far as not necessarily losing weight, but basically just staying healthy, basically just working out and just exercising, different things that make us feel good from day to day, and different things that stimulate positive health. So if you do have any tips, any health tips or dieting tips, or tips on what to drink, different fruit juices, or I know there's a lot of natural products and different things that people are taking advantage of now to keep themselves in a certain bracket. As far as staying healthy and working out, there's smoothies and different things. I don't know a whole lot about those things. I've never used or leaned on natural products and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to have to do some research on that. But I always welcome anyone during my shows to come onto the website. You can type onto the Spreaker website, Spreaker.com, type in my name, Diamond Perri, or either search for one of the shows. But if you search Diamond Perri, the shows will definitely come up. Click on the name of the show, and you have room to like, you have room to share, you also have room to leave comments. and I will answer those comments or mention anything um, regarding something that you want to know regarding the show, or any tips or anything like that that you have. I will communicate back and forth with you like that. So, anyone has any health tips, any workout tips, any tips on natural products or whatever, go ahead and leave them on my comment board. I would like to know so that I can share them with everyone else. Today, I would like to talk a little bit about married relationships. You will also find that on this show, I do a lot of speaking regarding relationships and interventions. So, the first episode that I released with this show was the topic was basically toxic relationships. And with this show, I just want to touch a little bit on married couples, married relationships. And I have a few questions that I want to kind of throw out there to you guys, summarize them on a little bit, and at the same time, you have the option to get on my comment board and leave comments, as well as ask questions to me or answer questions. And I will, like I said, definitely communicate back and forth with you. I do check the board all throughout the day. The first question I have for you married couples is, how do you deal with infidelity? How do you deal with infidelity? In most cases, whether you're married or whether you're in a relationship, when your mate cheats, that's not always a deal closer. And prematurely, you'll hear a lot of people speak and say, well, if my wife ever steps out on me, I'm leaving. Or if my husband ever steps out on me, I'm leaving. But in a relationship, things are definitely way more complicated than that. It's not that easy. When you're in a relationship, or you're basically dating someone that you just met, maybe it's the first month or maybe even the first year, because usually after the first year, someone that has made the mistake of cheating or whatever, sometimes you don't just get up and just leave them, but everyone is different. But as far as a married relationship, my couple to you is, how do you deal with infidelity? No matter if you've been married for 2 years, if you've been married for a decade, or if you've been, married for 20 years, how do you deal with that? Do you pack up the kids and leave? Do you file for separation? Do you file for divorce?